No time to confess your love under the cherry blossom tree, because these girls and boys started living together right away. Here are 10 romance anime where couples live together. Let's go. Number 10, Invaders of the Rokuyujuma.
そういう問題じゃねえ。ふざけんな。部屋を渡すのはやめだ。よ
く言った。私も断固拒否よ。私だって許しません。
コスプレは黙ってろ。
If you think living together is lonely, how about living together with one ghost, one alien, one magical girl, and one human? This is what happens to Kotoru Satomi, who goes into an apartment known as the Corona House. No, this house doesn't give you the coronavirus, but it has a bunch of weird supernatural entities, and since this is an anime, all those supernatural entities are anime girls. The characters are built on your usual stereotypes, but don't let that stop you from enjoying the comedy and the lightheartedness of this show. Sure, the premise isn't anything new and closely resembles Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, but at least back there, we didn't have an alien. Number 9, Ground Control to Psychoelectric Girl.
月とゴールクスの光の下になんか地球外生命体みたいなのがいた。
A lot of main characters in romance anime have really weird families, and this guy has the strangest cousin in anime. Makoto Niwa is an average schoolboy who decides to move to his aunt's house after his parents go abroad. And surprise, surprise, we find that he has a long-lost cousin who has a very strange personality. She thinks she's an alien from outer space who came to invade Earth and spends most of the time inside a futon.
ああ、俺はね、庭誠。いとこになるのかな。よろしく。
地球は狙われている。
は？
地球は狙われている。
If you think that mental issue is boring, then don't worry, she isn't the only nut job in town. Turns out there are several other girls who are equally delusional. The living together part comes in when Makoto moves to live in his aunt's house. Imagine living in a house with a girl who thinks she's an alien. That's anime for you. Number 8, Please Twins.
顎でも見せっこはしねえだろ。普通。
あ、もしかして意識してくれてるとか？
お前な。
Ah, yes, it's anime using the good old photograph trope again. Remember Nisekoi? Remember every harem anime in existence? Remember how there's a girl who made a promise to a guy when they were kids and the guy doesn't remember anything about it? Yeah, this has the same concept, but with a photograph.
学校とかのやつだったらどうする？問題になるだろ。
いいじゃない、双子なんだし。
どうやって証明すんだよ。
できるわよ。
Here, our unlucky main character is Maiku Kamishiro, a guy who doesn't remember his past a lot. One day, 2 girls appeared in front of his house with the same photograph. They claim to be his twin. Since he can't remember who the real twin, he invites both of them to the house. So, who is the real twin? That's what our guy should find out. So, this is basically Among Us with one of the little girls a little sus. Number 7, Higihiro.
どうせ早起きして洗濯とかするつもりだったし。
Hold up, the longer version of this title is Higihiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took a high school runaway. Yeah, you heard that last part. It is also what made this show so controversial. But if people stopped judging books by their covers, humanity would be so advanced right now. Just like every light novel, the title explains everything. There's one guy, he gets rejected by his boss, then he walks home and he finds a high school girl. Soon he realizes he's in trouble.
やっぱりいいよ。帰ろう、吉田さん。
何がいいんだよ。遠慮するな。お前制服しか持ってないんだろ。
Instead of adding fuel to the fire, this anime actually handles all the concepts it explores in a mature way. Most of the characters are adults, so they're written like adults, not like high school teenagers. So don't judge Higihiro by the premise. Give it a shot. You won't regret watching this show. Number 6, Love is Like a Cocktail.
行きたかった。
ちいちゃんお酒好きだもんね。
でもダメなの。酔うと変になるもん。
Sometimes drinking can solve a lot of family problems. No, I'm not kidding. Our wife here is an average office worker who says she doesn't like alcohol, but turns out she likes alcohol. And when she drinks, she adopts a totally different persona. You think her husband doesn't like it? Oh boy, how wrong you are. Our husband loves to see her personality switch, so he gives her more cocktails to drink.
じいちゃん、召し上がれ。
This anime is pretty refreshing to watch after watching a season full of high school romances. Here, our couple is already married, so there's no need for romantic tension. All you need is some well-prepared cocktails and some nice comedy to give this show going. Since this is a rom-com, don't go expecting a serious show with marriage problems. This show is just there to help you laugh. Number 5, Komata Ji-san.
こうした方が温かいんじゃから。どんな反転より温かいじいさんのぬくも。
Enough with married couples. Enough with high school couples, because it's time to see an old couple. I know. You're groaning internally. You still want to see high school girls confessing their love under cherry blossoms. But that's not happening here. This is about an old man trying to make an old grandma happy, but pulling out some stereotypical jokes.
右手ってどっちだったかの。
それもですか？こっちですよ。ほら。
そうじゃった。
Yep, this is another of those stories that doesn't take itself seriously, but that's what makes this show fun to watch. Its episodes are only 1 minute long, so you could finish the 13 episodes in 13 minutes. Its comedy is dumb, but it's the kind that'll make you laugh. And this is a story about a grandpa and a grandma, so of course they're living together. Number 4, In This Corner of the World.
腹減ったな。なんじゃ、まだ渋かったか。
Time for a serious movie. This show discusses the themes of family and war in a well-executed way. We follow this girl called Suzu who is married off to a man whom she barely knows. But when she tries to adapt to her new life, despite her homesickness, war comes along. So now she needs to adapt to her husband's new household as well as to face the struggles of the war.
すずさん、えらい白いが大丈夫か。
変ですかね。
いや、元気ならええ。ほいじゃあ行くか。
Unlike other romance anime, this puts a lot of focus on ordinary family life. This is why the first part of the movie is pretty relaxing and wholesome. Then the war comes in and oh boy, within a matter of minutes, this goes from a Disney show to Game of Thrones. No, you don't get crazy dragons spewing fire, but the air raid scene can scare the living hell out of you. As usual, watch this movie with a tissue box in hand. Number 3, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten.
どうぞ。
え？いや、タッパー返しに来たんだけど。
今日の晩ご飯です。
わかるけどな。
Okay, boys, you know the drill. There's an antisocial introvert who doesn't care much about life. Along the way, he meets a cute girl who is good at everything. He soon realizes she's living near him, and when she visits her apartment, she sees how untidy it is and says, "Bro, it's time you hired a maid." Then she becomes a maid herself and decides to give our guy some personal development.
うちはお手伝いさんがご飯作ってたので。
お手伝いって結構金持ちだな。
そうですね。比較的裕福だと思います。
How many times have you heard this premise? Several million times? Yeah, that's right. This has the same tropes recycling over and over again, but this is one of those anime that prove the execution is more important than the idea itself. The whole anime seems to focus around making you feel wholesome, and yeah, it does make you feel wholesome. It also makes you feel depressed because you'll never get a girl like her. Number 2, Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You.
人はこの程度では死なないよ。それに。君はまだ死ぬ気もないのだろ。だから頑張れ。
Truck-kun did something good. Instead of sending a guy to another world, he gave him a girlfriend. Does this mean you should jump to a truck just because you don't have a girlfriend? Nope, but watch this anime if you want to see a wholesome couple living in a wholesome household.
じゃあとりあえず手でもつないでみる？
いいの？
だって結婚したんだもの。
あ、うん。じゃあ
Tonikawa is the definition for a wholesome anime. Starts off with an accident, but evolves into a marriage, and then into the survival of an awkward cute couple inside a small home. The only flaw I see here is that we never got a season 2, but judging by the news, season 2 is close, so now's the time to binge watch the first season and get ready for the second. Number 1, Spice and Wolf.
人の育てた野菜は苦の上よりうまいの。火を通すという発想は好きじゃ。
お前そんな一度に。
Time to learn economics with a wolf girl. Spice and Wolf knows how to blend in the story between a deity and a merchant into this medieval-looking fantasy setting. You can learn about trade, you can learn about their cultures, and most of all, the anime doesn't solely rely on romance, it focuses on a lot of other aspects.
気にすることはありんせ。主もまた小僧なのじゃからな。それよりもわっちがおらんかったら主はどう判断するよ。
And did you know the voice actor for our merchant is the same voice actor as Lee Lush? Did you know the voice actor for the wolf girl is the same voice actor of Callan? Yeah, so you liked the two, you could see them get together as a merchant and a wolf girl. The wolf girl's personality is pretty unique compared to what we get these days, so watch this anime if you want to see how the wolf girl is the best girl. Oh, and make sure to read the light novel too.